Bizarre Brain Comics. Well, hello, my comic book friends. Welcome to Bizarre Brain Comics. I'm Gary, your host, and this time we're not going to do comics. This for something a little different, something I have done like once before. Something similar to it is work on a little drawing here, and you can see this is already penciled, and I've started the inking, and I'll talk while I'm working on it. Start off here with a Faber-Castell, made in Germany, artist pen. It's a 0.3 size, a very fine tip. And I can, let's see here. There we go. So I can see how I'm working it. Now, what I'm working on here, this is very fine, is I think I've mentioned before, I've been wanting to, and working on a Renaissance Festival coloring book, and it's been I started about 2 years ago, and got sidetracked and started up again a couple weeks ago after about a year and a half hiatus. And the way I'm doing this is, I've looked online for Renaissance Festival coloring books. I thought that would be something kind of neat, and all I could find, I'm sure this by no means all of them, I could find was something like that would use photographs run through a computer and then turned into something that looked like a hand drawing, and then put together in a book, or stuff that was just fantasy drawing, which is fine. Fantasy drawings, like knights, dragons, unicorns, stuff like that, as Renaissance Festival coloring books, and or what was the other one? Fantasy elements, or stuff that reproduced medieval art as coloring material, and my coloring book that I'm planning on, it would be good for both children and adults. At least that's the general idea. And the way so what I am doing is I am doing all original hand-drawn drawings of actual Renaissance Festival participants. I've been going to the Renaissance Festival for nearly 40 years. That's both local and a couple other locations, and have buttloads of photographs. And so I am using photographs for my that I have taken for my reference material, and but I'm not being slavish to them. For example, like this one, this drawing here is from actually 2 photographs. I have had a photograph of these, which I had taken and cropped for the right position, right composition that I wanted, and I used that for, of course, the knights and the background. Those were all one photograph. And this figure that I'm working on here in the foreground, there was a figure in the foreground of that photograph, but I didn't like it for this composition, so I used a figure from another photograph and put that in there because she looked more Renaissance-y. And I've done others as well. For example, like this one is a composition of 3 photographs. I used or you could say 4. I used a photograph of this figure here which is in the foreground, and then another photograph for the second figure, and then a third photograph for the background. But this figure here in the foreground is from the photograph is turned more and away from me. And so I had another photograph which showed the front of her torso and the armor that she was wearing, so that in my mind, as I was drawing it, I just turned her torso just a little bit and added details from a different photograph. Then this one is a different person, and then that background. So it's something. It's all original compositions, even though there's a variety of photographs, or then you get one like this one. I really like this one. This is the way this one turned out, and this is just from a photograph I had. Very little was adjusted. I took out some of the little details in the background, like somebody's feet or what have you. But by and large, that was the photograph. I just cropped it and reproduced it, and that was a fun one. That's how that is. So as I said here, I'm doing working here on this figure. I've already, as you can see, I had already started the inking process on some of the background, and of course trying to get some good details for like in the face. So that's why I'm using this fine tipped pen, so it's easier to do, and use other pens for some of the other details, and brush markers as well, which I'll show in just a little bit. Yeah. And this also made some changes in the figures. Like, for example, this figure I'm working on here in the foreground. This is a young lady. I made her just a little slimmer than she was originally, and she also had been wearing a tank top under her dress. So I just removed that tank top because it, to expose her shoulders. And make whatever little changes in the details that I think are needed to just try to make it better for a coloring book, and for the specific composition that I am interested in. And okay, so here this is a Pigma. Was it? Yeah, Pigma Faber. Here, Pigma professional brush. Professional brush for drawing it. And this is a fine one, but you get so that you can get a variety of line weights, and there are larger and smaller. Well, this is the smallest, at least that I've got, but the smallest. So it gives you some, but still gives you some nice brush effects. Let's see. there, as you can see there. And is a little quicker and more fluid than pen lines. But for some things, I like the pins too. See, and her shirt. Oh, I moved out of the way and didn't realize it. And of course, the brush line, a variety of thick and thin, makes the drawing more visually interesting. Like that's why traditionally in comics they use primarily brush and ink, or either that or a flexible nibbed pen. It gives you a similar kind of thick and thin lines. See, I'm trying to get some of the little design that's in her bodice. But you can see how fine I can get with this brush marker. There. And I really enjoy this. So as I said, this coloring book, I hope to have it completed and available later this year. I've got, 16? This is the 16th drawing that I've got here. And should have about 28 to 30 by the time I'm done. Got a whole bunch of them, and they're not all just people either. Mostly, of course, because that's the fun, is the people. But I have one of food, some and Renaissance type props, and so that is I've completed what I wanted to do for this one. Just a little short one, and I hope you enjoy that. It's kind of fun doing it. I hope you enjoyed watching the work in progress. So I want to thank you for joining me. Please like, share, subscribe, leave your comments down below. And tell me, would you like to get one of these coloring books when I'm done with it? Let me know what you think. And remember, comics are art.